All right. Good evening, y'all. This Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. Good evening to everyone who's watching and anyone who's watching the replay. Please hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit and subscribe to my channel. I'm here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. Who we got in the house already? Hey, G Mama Groves. Yes, you the first in the house. Thank you. Another Ohioan right there. Another Buckeye. G Mama. Hey, CC all the way in Texas. Yeehaw. How you doing, CC? CC, I can't hear you. What? Can anybody hear me? My sound should be up on. Can the rest of you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Hey, Joshua, Lashes. My bad, I had him muted. Girl, got me tripping. All right, you know I have problems with electronics, and you're messing with me. Hey, Lashes, Joshua, TLC. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Country Hustle 101. So glad to see you made it in this evening. All right, I see y'all hitting the one. So yeah, you can hear me. All right. Yeah, Cece messing with me after watching that video with them stray horses going up and down the street. Fortunately, they didn't eat your flowers. They was eating the grass and the goat. That little Billy goat. What you kept saying, Billy? Come on, Billy. Billy, get on down the street. See, I was laughing at you and your mama up on the porch. Oh, what she called 911 to come get these animals. I was dying laughing. That video was hilarious. I'm glad they didn't eat your garden. Yeah, because they can nibble on some good stuff in there. Horses can smell carrots or whatever else goody you got in there. Hey, Cheryl Faulkner. If I didn't say hi to you earlier, I'm saying hi again to you now. Everybody's talking to one another, saying hello. Yeah, it's warm here today. You see, if you see the reflection in the mirror, I got my ceiling fan going, keep the air circulating. It got a little warm in the room. I turned my heat off yesterday. I said, well, as of June the 1st, I always try to turn my heat off. Yeah, it was a pretty nice day. I was out for a minute. I had a doctor's appointment, and they had the air on in the van. So yeah, I was out there for a hot minute watering a few plants that I just put out. I'm finally getting a chance to play in my garden upstairs. I haven't gone over to the lot yet. I'm still trying to figure out about critter control. I'm having the same problem you have in CC. See, your garden is encased even with a makeshift fence. I don't have anything around my garden. It's wide open. So whatever creature roams down the street or up the street, they could roam right into the yard and nibble on my veggies. So would you say Billy was cute? He a fat little sucker though. Orca 3371. Yes. Hello. How are you? How are you? Um, Folks, I want to tell you last Saturday was my granddaughter's wedding. It was fantastic. The weather was perfect. It was like between 71, 74 degrees. Got a little cool once the sun set, but up to that point, it was absolutely gorgeous. I had on a jacket for for us more mature ones. We know to take a jacket that once the sun go down, it's gonna get cooled. Young folks was running around there with the little short skirts and no sleeves, trying to stay warm. Hey, Presbyterian. Hey, how are you, sweetie? I didn't see you slide in here. There go Mike. Mike. Mike, I was watching your videos too. Yes, indeed. Everybody saying hello to one another. I'm gonna wait for a few more folks to get in here before I go into deep discussion in regards to the weather. The weather is changing everywhere, even for us here in Ohio. I just got out the garden. Silly. Yeah, Mark. Mike, you've been talking a lot about being outside in the garden. I'm waiting on you to videotape some of that outside action. We used to you and your hydroponics, but for you to be outside in the garden, we like to see a little something, something. Hey, EJ Milton, thank you for coming in this evening. I really appreciate it. Yeah, CC, it was really nice. We had such a good time. Oh my goodness. My granddaughter was absolutely glowing. Everybody at the altar was crying. He was crying. She was crying. It was kind of sad at one point because he lost his mom and his grandmother 2 days apart at the last week in December. So neither one of them was here with us or could make the wedding, but his dad was there. So, but other than that, all his cousins and uncles and aunts was there cheering him on. So it was real nice. I was trying to see if I could find a picture I could show you guys that she wouldn't have a fit about because you know her. I'm gonna show you. All right, y'all. This is what I looked like at the wedding. This was Grandma Shirley. Yes, indeed. I got a chance to show out that day. Let's see. I'm trying to find a nice picture of him and her together when he was coming down the aisle. Oh, that's a video of him. Oh, come on. I know I got a nice picture. Oh, this is a picture of me and my son, her dad. And come on, y'all. Oh, this is a picture of my granddaughter, her husband, and her father in law, his dad. We had a good time. Hey, Gloria, how are you? You slid on in here. That's right. G Mama, tell him. Type MSOG. Yes, that's a little jazzy. So that you can drop your channel so other people can find out how they can find you. Yes, indeedy. I just want to know, has anybody ever seen these little bottles at the state store that you can buy? Look at this. This is a pineapple margarita. Yeah, when I want to crack the seals on my big bottles, I normally say those when I have company. What you say, country hustler? I heard that expression too that night too. Look out now. Yes, I did. Oh, my Renaissance grandma. Hey, you slid on in here. Good evening. How are you? Oh, it was fun times. Oh yeah, she had it at a winery, so they had a nice Cabernet and what is it? Pinot. What do you call it? I can never say it. Pinot Noir. Uh, that you could drink free all night at the winery, but they had a full bar with everything else that you can get if you didn't want that. Guava. Presbyterian. Those pictures was just taken last Saturday. Like last Friday was the rehearsal dinner, and then Saturday was the wedding. Yeah, I didn't send them to you. It's been a busy week for me. Yes, indeed. Oh, what you say last year? You used to love those. What you say? You don't drink it now because of the alcohol and the sugar. I was listening to you earlier talking about how you was eating nothing but raw vegetables. Yeah. Indiana Jackson, 762. What's up? Hello. Yeah, they nice. Yeah, sometimes you can add a couple of cubes of ice, but if you keep them cold, you really don't need any. Guava. It's 80 right now, humidity 60%. Ooh, that's a lot of humidity. That's too much humidity. Let me see what it is here. I know it was 80 earlier, between 80 84. It's 82 right now. Yeah. So it's 82 and dry. Yeah. Hey, whole new perspective. Hello, Crystal. What Mike? You said it's 93, but it rained. Ooh, when it rains, that's when the humidity normally goes through the roof. It gets icky and sticky. Yeah. What you say, Lashes? You miss it? Well, Lashes, guava. Because I'm sorry, I'm not giving up my alcohol. Not right now, anyway. Oh, see, I could put that in the blender with some crushed ice and do like we did when we was in Savannah, like going to Wet Willie's. And you have all those crushed drinks, it'd be the same thing, and it'll be just as good, if not even better, because it ain't cut. That's straight alcohol right there. That's good right there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody saying hello to one another. Now you make me want to go give. Don't blame that on me. I ain't made you do jack. If you go, that's on you. That's on you. Don't put me in that one. Oh, my name is Bennett. Yep. So what you say, Mike? You did some gardening. Can't complain. Yeah, I got out there early this morning before my doctor's appointment. Yeah. And then once I came home from the doctor's appointment, she worked me over so tough. I just kind of came home and sit down. I haven't done a whole lot today. Jeanette Cruz at Homestead. Hello. How are you, sweetheart? Glad to see you made it in this evening. Everybody will be saying hi to one another. Okay, now the Indiana Jackson that's in here, is that the Miss or the Mister? Because I know before it was just Indiana Jackson. Now y'all added some numbers on the back, so I don't know which one is which. Is you know what I'm talking about? A whole new perspective. Krista! My girl, boy, we wore wet willies out. Me, you, Presbyterian, and Broke Farmer. Man, we had such a good time. Silly, we had the same temperature as Alabama. Woo! In Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota, boy. Y'all went from one extreme to the next. I've seen some extremes, but y'all really was jumping tough. Woo-wee. I still got on the nail polish that I had on. Y'all like that color? Isn't that color pretty? Her sister-in-law had on a dress that was exactly this color nail polish. Her colors were all different shades of blue, and it was beautiful. I mean, we saw from teal to turquoise to baby blue to sky blue. It was all different shades of blue, and mostly everybody kept within the program as far as the color schemes. It was really nice. Oh, okay. We just said the Mister. Okay. So you 762 the Mister. Okay. How's Mrs. Indiana Jackson? I miss my girl. I've been practicing with my fan. Oh, yes, indeedy. Oh yeah, we did. We had a blast. That was good times. Like I tell you, that trip to Savannah, we still talking about it. I mean, that trip was just awesome. It was so nice to meet so many content creators, and as everyone says, like-minded people when it came to being pulled together with a purpose in mind. No one was there trying to outshine one another. No one was there in any kind of competition. We all wanted to sit and talk about what we had in common, and that was gardening and whatever else that you might be good at, and you have done videos, and we've seen them, and it was just awesome. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. What you say, my pretty? Oh, Cece said that's your favorite color. G Mama Girl said you like that. Yeah, yeah, it was nice. We had some awesome color. Names scare me. Say wrong thing, lose an eye. Yeah, but see, Mike, when I was coming up, my nails have always been long. I've never had really short nails. They naturally grow long. Actually, I cut them down just to put this color on. And when I had one fight in high school, and I didn't do this. See, I came from a long list of manly men and brothers, and boom. So my nails never cut me or scratch me. I didn't believe in going across somebody's face. I'm not a tiger. That's if you're gonna fight, fight. And I haven't had a fight since, so I'm good. Yeah. It's a possibility they could be used as a weapon now. If push come to shove and it's between your life and mine and getting away, that might be a possibility. But normally, no. I just like to keep them, paint. Matter of fact, after I left the doctor's office, I stopped at the Dollar General and I got me a new nail polish color. Y'all probably see it next week. Ah, thank you, Crystal. Crystal, I was watching you earlier today too. I was watching a lot of videos today. People were talking about the different hashtags that they were in, like in herbs and watermelon and all kinds of stuff. So I really enjoyed it. Miss Indiana says hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. I miss her. I like her. My nails are thin. They don't handle long. Handle long. Well, these are hard as as rocks. Okay, these bad boys is hard. No, when you stick it in there, it leaves an imprint. They always been hard. When my nails, if they get brittle, start cracking and splitting, I know that I am uh there's a vitamin deficiency because I do take like vitamin B12, D3, elderberry, magnesium, calcium, and zinc. So I do take a certain regimen of vitamins, and if my nails start acting up, I know I'm slacking and lacking on something. So yeah. All right, let me get into the subject of the weather. That was my topic today. Warm weather is finally here. And what I meant by that was here in Ohio. We have been getting so many cold nights, and I've noticed a few other states got some chilly nights too, but not as consistent as we were here. So finally, we're getting nights that's 50 plus solid, like 4 or 5 days in a row, which means our ground temperature has come up enough that I can start putting in the plants I've started. I got a new video I haven't downloaded yet about the starts that I have that are getting so big. They're actually starting to bloom and blossom in my back room. And I was listening to Miss Linda. I finally took a day and I didn't record it, but I was dropping seeds left and right. And by that back room being so warm, they've been coming up. So I got to drop that video real soon. Tell the missus hello. Oh, okay. Oh, that's Presbyterian. Oh, yeah. She know your strawberries are coming in great. I did another one today. Hey, the experience was sassy, girl. I was listening to you and Miss T today talking about that no meat for 7 days. I was cracking up. Hey, Felicia, F.R. Humphrey, thank you for stopping in tonight. I'm glad to see you made it in. All right. Nicole Smith Gardner. Hey, girl, where you been? I hadn't seen you for a minute. You all right? Yeah. Oh, the analytic gardener. What's up, girl? How are you? Glad to see you made it in this evening. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad to see you. My lady friends popping up in here trying to keep up with this old lady. I tell you, y'all just don't know how good y'all make me feel extra good on Thursdays when everybody take 2 or 3 minutes out of your evening to come in to say hi. I know sometimes towards the end gets a little long, and I know you got husbands and children, and you're doing dinner or trying to get ready for work the next day, or whatever the case may be, laundry, or just just want to chill for the evening, and y'all kind of disappear. I'm not mad because you took the time to come out for whatever length of time that you came to stay in to say hi. Yeah, I know you've been playing hooky. That's why I asked you, Nicole, where you been? Because I know I see you in other chats and I hadn't seen you. That's why I asked if you okay. If I haven't seen you for a while, I will start asking in other chats, have y'all seen so and so and this and that and the other? Because I've seen a couple of people who just totally disappear, you know. So I hope they're doing well and that eventually once things change in their lives, they might come back and say hello. Would you say you were so glad it was at least 70 today? Yeah, it got up to 82. Well, it got up to 84. It's 82 now. Hey, Mona. Hello, sweetie. Yep. Ah, Shantireman, hello. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I'm glad when anybody can take time to come over because today I was back and forth watching Led Farmer and CC and who's that, Asia, Yellow Door. I was in everybody's chats today checking them out. Dan Permaculture, and I think it's now it's just Dan Forrest. I was checking out a little bit of everybody between today and early this morning because I get up early in the morning. Once I wake up, you know how you wake up to go pee at 2 or 3 in the morning. Sometimes when I lay back down, I can't go back to sleep. So I start watching videos, Bible reading and videos. I appreciate you checking on me. Hey, that's why I say when I don't see you guys, not a problem, Crystal, and you say you don't feel good, y'all check in on me, so I don't have a problem checking in on you. Tara Jones Williamson. Well, good evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I hadn't seen you in a while. Glad to see your face in the place. I appreciate that. Everybody saying hi. We on a drought here in West Michigan, 90 degrees and dying for water. Yeah, my rain barrels are getting low because I've been putting a bucket in because I've been trying to keep my especially my new fruit trees alive, and I have to tote water over to the lot because there's no hookup over there. So I'm having a little issue right now. I get up early in the morning. Doing my window boxes is not a problem, but dragging water over to the lot is it's been somewhat of an issue. So I'm trying to find a better way of getting water. I got my rain barrel over there, and the opening is not big enough, so I'm gonna have to get a hose and run it down in there and siphon some of that water out to see if I can start watering what I do have in the ground that's over there now, and that's mainly my fruit trees. I haven't actually put any veggies in the ground, but after today, I will. I do have some help, so I'm gonna put him to work. Him and his brothers when they come over to help me. Uh, let's see. Everybody saying hello. What you say, Tower Jones? Yes, glad to be back. My backyard garden is built 8 beds and excited for this first year of gardening. That's what I'm talking about. You go, girl. Yes, indeedy. Almost lost a blueberry bush to this heat. See, G Mama, you in Ohio? Well, you further south than I am. The heat hasn't been that bad here, but it's been dry. We had rain a couple of weeks ago, and it hasn't rained since. And I've been really going through my super juice. I finally took all that decay material out of my super juice and put it on my banana plant. I hope I can kind of resurrect it, that I don't lose it, because the main stem got snapped. So there's 2 pups on there. So I'm really working on trying to get them pups to survive. If I can get them pups to survive, I'll be all right. Got 0 rain last summer. This summer's supposed to rain daily. Huh. I got T-Nox weather. Well, you ought to be able to garden a lot longer this year if you got T-Nox weather, because she got the same weather just about all year round. Yep. Everybody's talking. Make sure you drop your channels, MSOG, so everybody can find one another, keep up with one another. It works, but for nonetheless, yeah. Guava, y'all. But Mike, didn't you hear one of the weatherman's prediction? And it seems to be true so far. They says the warmer states will be starting to get colder weather, which they have for the last year or two, and the colder states are starting to get warmer weather. So we're gradually doing a switch off, a tag team. Yeah, it's getting crazy. They said by 2025 we'll be able to grow palm trees in Ohio, and if this weather keep this up, I can pretty much see this happening. Ooh, what you say? See, Mama Grows. It's been in the 90s here in dry. Now we've been studying between 75 and 80 degrees, but it's dry. And yesterday the wind was pretty high. I had to keep stuff watered just because the wind was dehydrating the plants. People think that just because the wind is blowing, their plants is all right. No, their plants will get dehydrated even faster with the wind. So you got to be careful with that. We have southern weather here in the north, super hot and dry. It hasn't gotten super hot here, but it is dry. We're in the 80s. We've been in the 80s for the last couple of days. Yeah, it's been crazy anyway. But you say, I don't like this, need my 8A weather bag. Hey, can't have everything. Let me see. In my notes, Lead Farmer was talking tomatoes. Oh, how you talking about his tomatoes is on crack? Yeah, the two new grills he was showing, and he's also joining the no meat challenge, and how he was talking about them bean burgers. He had me cracking up showing them bean burgers. Yeah, and he even jumped in Miss T with the tea. I couldn't talk earlier today when she came in because I was at a doctor's appointment, but I seen Led jump in talking about that no meat challenge for 7 days that he's willing to get in there and try it too. So we gonna see. Um, Gina was talking about her cherry tree, how she lost all her cherries. They didn't get pollinated enough for them to go to flourishing. So she'll probably get cherries next year. The deer came and ate all my blossoms and all my cherries. After I waited 2 years for this cherry tree to blossom, they came and got it. And I was a little disappointed, but I was like, yeah, well, if I didn't cover them, that's what I get. Would you say you got friends in Jersey, Mike, that's got 90 degrees and zero rain? Yeah, zero rain seem to be the thing right now. Last time I saw anybody enjoying the rain, I think Hudson, growing with Hudson, she was showing how it was raining there. And I haven't seen anybody else show any videos about rain. We haven't had lower than 90 degrees for about a week now. Ooh, ouch. I don't even have my air conditioner in the window yet. My neighbor got to stick it up in there. Oh yeah, and it is a sign of the times. People don't believe that. Mm-hmm. Would you say, sassy team? No meat, wheat? No, it ain't gonna happen here. Just like y'all was trying to say no sugar too. I was like, nah. My doctor hasn't said that I need to quit either or, and until such time, I'm good. We even have a poor air quality alert. That's what happens when you have the heat, because there's no rain washing the impurities out, or bringing the atmosphere down to a certain level. So, yeah, that can happen. And that really mess with people who have respiratory issues like asthma, emphysema, COPD. Yeah, that messes with them real bad. So we just came off of 4 days of rain. Oh, wow. You could send a can of rain this way. I can use it because, like I said, my rain barrels is getting low, and they're like 55 gallons. So, yeah, excuse me. Let's see. I was watching Bull Family talk about his green bean harvest. He had a nice one going on. And I was watching Food by Faith today, how she was showing the remodel in her kitchen. I like that new island she got in there with those soft closed cabinet doors. Yeah, that was nice. And the garden's looking pretty good too. What was her green stalks? How she finally got it together, and her husband helped put it together. Because, like she said, when you start filling up each layer with dirt, they get heavy because that thing is not small. So it was looking good in regards to all the stuff she got in there too. Uh, Trying to keep up with the chat. You all these fuzzy things flying is crazy for Allie. Yeah, 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 yeah. Eatless burgers, too much sugar and carbs. Huh. That's interesting. But most of them supposed to be sugar free, Mike. But well, beans are carbs, so yeah, that makes it hard. Our rain barrels are happy, but the plants are growing slowly with the cooler weather. Yeah, it's like six in one hand and half a dozen in the other. There's always some kind of a trade off. It is. Hey, Cassandra, South Fulton Garden. Thank you for stopping in this evening, sweetheart. Oh, hey. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes, indeedy. Um, they replaced it with sugar for taste. Okay. Well, It's always a trade-off on something, some kind of way. Uh, let's see, whatever. Oh, Yankee Sister. I like the tour that we did today of her garden and tomato planting. And I feel sorry for Eco. Eco lost his two roosters, Silky Smooth and Keith Sweat. I was like, he said he heard him screaming like at 3 in the morning. I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you're out there in the wilderness and you got critters all around you. They got lead too. They got his rooster. So they know how to hunt and they know how to wait when there's no threat of a human around to get whatever you have in your yard, whether it's in a cage or not. You seem like I'm allergic to those cotton things. One hits my skin, I break out. Ooh, yeah. I was sitting in the car the other day with my girlfriend. We had went shopping, and I had the window cracked. She was putting some bags in the back, and it floated right in the window, sat on my leg. I was like, "Yeah, we call. I think it's from the popular trees, and that's the way that they send their seeds out to be planted in other soils." Who else? I like watching when I was watching Beauty in the Garden today. She said something that was interesting that I don't hear too many people um, speak on. She was saying, pay attention to your area and not your zone. Because a lot of us stay in the same zone, but our weather and conditions are altogether different. So even though we all like was that Connecticut and Indiana and Illinois, Ohio, certain parts, we're considered all 6A, 6B. But our areas are different. Like we're only in the 80s here. Up in Connecticut, it might be in the 90s. So it's not necessarily all the same in every zone. So you do have to watch out for the area that you live in, and that's what you plant. What everybody else is planting, what the nurseries is selling, is pretty much that. Like a match burn me. Ooh, wow, Mike, you are sensitive. Gotta be careful with that. You gonna have to get you some of those long sleeves, gardener sleeves to put on. So when you go out there and they get to floating around. Martika, good evening. How are you, sweetie? Glad to see you made it in this evening. Everybody saying hello to one another. Say I was wondering about that when Led said that he was going to let his chickens free range. The critters are hungry and doing a lot to survive these days. Oh yeah, because there's a food shortage everywhere. Once wild creatures aren't thinned out, that means the population is constantly growing. So if the population is constantly growing, they have to feed their young. All right. So when you move into a new area, it's like fresh meat. And when they hear your turkeys or your chickens or your roosters crowing and clucking, it's just like putting a target on your back. Like I'm right here. Yep. So whether you free range, Eco's chickens and roosters, they weren't out. They were in a cage, and they got them in a cage. They got in the cage and got his roosters. So animals are intelligent. Yes, like Mona and Nicole have got rain and it keeps skipping me. Oh, it's jumping over Texas. Where you at, CC? Cash App, blessing, help support. Yeah, Miss Shirley's broke. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, what you say, Mark? You in an odd spot. It's cooler than my surrounding areas. I should be 4B, but I'm 4A in temps. Interesting. Wait a minute. Somebody just jumped up that I haven't seen. Oh, okay, I've seen. All right. Urban Harvest. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in. You jumped up so quick. It's just like, woo, okay. All right. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. And Urban Chronicle, Gardening Chronicles. I got Urban Harvest and Urban Garden Chronicles. Hey, Urbans. Thank you guys for stopping in this evening. I appreciate that. I was trying to keep up with the chat because sometimes y'all be all right for a minute and then y'all go, phew. I'm like, whoa, what did I miss? Who did I miss? So everybody's saying hello to one another. Right. It's survival of the fittest. We need to pay attention, okay, to what the animals are doing. Yeah, yeah, it is. They trying to hide, trying to stay alive. Yeah, it's rough. And when you're in new territory like Eco and Lead, they are surrounded by wild kingdom. I am too. I have a park literally at the end of my street. My street does not go all the way through. You either have to make a left turn or a right turn. You cannot go straight. And like I said, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like the night at the museum. I can see deer, I can see raccoons, I can see possums, I can see red fox. I can literally see them coming down the street and branching off, going into different neighborhoods. I mean, different houses, checking out trash cans and what have you. Because they used to help let them thin out the deer population in the park, and for some reason, people didn't pass the ordinance in one of those what they call elections, and so therefore they don't thin them out anymore, and they don't have enough food for everybody in the park, in the forest, and they're coming into the neighborhood and they're looking for ways to survive and feed their young. So that's why I have to almost triple plant what I normally do just so I can get a decent harvest out of my garden because it's not fenced in. And I've had them pull up baskets off my food. I've had them find a hole through the chicken wire to get in there. If they want your food, they gonna get it. They gonna get it. What Mike said, double the urbans. We got a lot of them. Yeah, they want your food, they gonna get it. That's right. Thanks for hitting that, clicking that like button so you show me that you like me just a little bit. Yeah, these creatures out here is no joke. Urban, let me tell you, I if you go through my videos, I actually have one of a deer. Well, it was two of well, it was actually three, but I only caught two. Where I went over to water my garden, and they were sitting all the way in the back. And when I walked around the corner, I had water. I was going to water some plants. They sat there and looked at me like I'm not moving. And I started recording it. And I was like, are you serious? And the bigger one that was in the back, he got up first and he stood and looked at me. And the smaller one was sitting still sprawled on the ground. And he looked at me like, I ain't moving. I'm full. And as I started walking closer, people in the chat would say, don't walk too close. I was like, I'm not stupid. I don't want them to charge me, but I wanted to get a good video. And I'm looking at my garden. They ate my okra. They ate my squash. They nibbled down the leaves on my cucumbers and my watermelon. Oh, they went through my garden and they sat in the back like as if I'm full. And my neighbor, who's my garden face, she was like, oh, you just missed dad. He said he had a rack like this big. He just dropped the kids off, and went on down the street. What was done was done. Wasn't nothing I could do about it. I was just glad that there was enough stuff coming up that I was able to get some out. But I had put chicken wire and bird netting and clothes baskets over them. They let them get started, but they wait till they mature. Then they come back and they raid. Only thing they leave alone, they leave the peppers alone. They leave the tomatoes alone. Sometimes they'll knock the tomatoes off, but I think that's more or less the raccoons than the deer. But yeah, they go through. I was shocked at the animals you were seeing, Miss Shirley, but took note. Yeah, please. And then I showed a video of the groundhog. I got juicy groundhogs around here. He got mad because he couldn't get through the chicken wire up under my porch, but he got up under the neighbor's porch next door. Do you know that man next door got mad at me like it was my fault? I'm not a groundhog. I didn't chew through your wood. I mean, he chewed a hole this big in the lattice up under his porch and got underneath there. Yeah, yeah. It was a hot mess. Yeah, and he got mad at me. I was like I did it. I looked at him, I said, really? Dude. And then he had the nerve to ask me to show him the video. I was like, wow, that's too deep. Yeah. The rabbits have come up on my porch for my transplants have found a way into my garden after they had been scrapping it out for a month. Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah, the okra. I was so mad. Everybody was asking me for okra. I like okra. Excuse me. Hmm. And they tore my okra up. They ate my okra. I had planted some Jamaican sorrel that T Nog sent me. They ate that down to the ground, to the nub, ate it down twice. Only thing they really didn't mess with is, like I said, my peppers, tomatoes. They didn't like messing with was it the ginger and a few other things, but everything else they ate. Would you say I need to return the favor? You eat mine, I eat yours. I wish that's possible. And I like venison. I have a friend who knows how to get that gamey taste out of it. It tastes pretty good. Rabbits have found a way to get up under my fence to feed. Yeah, let me tell you, my sister brought me home one day from shopping. We pulled up in the driveway, and I have one of those what they call it, cement mixers. I had it up on a stand that a friend made, so I didn't have to bend down. And I had the electrical tubing over it, and I had chicken wire and the whole 9 yards. And we pulled up. She said, "Why is that wire moving?" And I was like, "What?" She hadn't even come to a full stop yet. I jumped out the car and I grabbed a broom that was on the side of the house, and I ran over to it. It was a little baby groundhog, about this big, just as fat and juicy. He found a small hole right up under the netting, and he got up in there and he was tearing my collard greens up. Do you hear me? He was getting fat rat, okay? I started popping him with that broom. You should have seen him scrambling, trying to get up out there. He finally found that little hole and got out. I found that little hole and I made sure he didn't get back in there again. And I was able to let my greens grow to a point where I could cook them. But yeah, animals have a way of finding how to get into your stuff if they want to. Robin, what's up, girl? How are you? Thank you for stopping in. He wanted you to sick Annie. Annie ain't gonna do nothing. Annie gonna sit right up on the porch and do this. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna sit right there on that porch and she gonna watch it. Yeah, he was a jerk. Yeah. And Annie gonna look at me like, are you gonna get it or what? She was in here earlier. I don't know where she at now. I came I can come and put my foot up his behind for you. Just tell me when and where. I bet you would, Urban. I can see you doing that too. I already got that picture in my mind. It's possible. I can see Urban. I would be like, I'm out. I'm gonna let you handle this. Let me get out your way because I don't want to catch anything you throwing. I can see that. I can see that. Oh, who might say, let's get him, Urban? Oh yeah, I got a groundhog that was so fat and juicy. I was just like, man, he would be good eating because he ain't eat nothing but veggies. Okay, ain't eat nothing but veggies. He should be good and tender. He should be lean, real lean. Shouldn't be any fat whatsoever. Guava. And Lenny Gardner. That's one thing I can say about Annie. She does earn her keep. She didn't caught two mice outside on the porch that came up the side of the house. I was sitting at this end. I have a outdoor sectional here. I was sitting out there chilling. I seen her at the other end of the porch throwing something up in the air. I'm like, what is she doing? And I sat and I kind of watched her and I threw it up in the air and then I seen it run. I was like, oh snap, she got a mouse. Long as you don't bring it over here and drop it at my feet, we good. She looked at me. I said, "Nah, stay down there with it." She take it and throw it up in the air, let it fall, let it run around. Then you see her smack it a couple of times. I swept it up the other day. She killed it. She didn't eat it. She just played with it till she killed it, and I swept it up and threw it away. She earns her keep. She keep mice to a minimum, which I can deal with. Yeah. Okay. I can't see TLC in the chat, but I see people making comments. I see her saying hello. Yeah, Annie, she earns her keep. She does her job. Oh, okay. So I'm hearing a lot in the chat in regards to everybody's having it's warm in here and drinking alcohol is not helping it any. Whew, got me sweating up under my glasses. Ah, whew, yes. Wait a minute. Where is it at? Excuse me, 1 minute. That's right. I went and got the. Wait a minute, let me get it together. There we go. Woo. Yes, indeedy. That ceiling fan is not enough. It's a little dry. Yes. Woo. This fan puts out some air. Yes, indeedy. I was getting really, really. Woo, 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 woo. Yes, indeedy. Hot. Let's see. Let me get it together. That's right. Ah, there she go. Nikki. The everyday life of an OCD is chick. Y'all know y'all was silly yesterday. I'm so glad I got a chance to see y'all after my Bible meeting. Hmm Mary, grow with me, 1964. Good evening, sweetheart. Glad you was able to stop in here. Yes, indeedy. I want all of us ladies to have one of these by the time we come back next year. Yes, indeedy. And see if y'all can get it together and get that little snap crackling. There you go. Pop. I love it. Indiana, tell your wife, hey, 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 hey. Yes, indeed. This is a fan. This ain't one of the little Sunday church fans. The little cardboard one on look like on a popsicle stick, where you trying to fan the person next to you and fanning because there's no central air and everybody in here with them big old hats and wigs and they sweating like somebody threw a bucket of water on them. This is the real deal. Yeah, Presbyterian. I love that picture we took. We look like Charlie's Angels with our fans. Yes, indeed. This is a fan. If you want to get somebody a fan, get them one of these. They'll love you for life. If they already love you, they'll love you even more. I guarantee you, when you fan with this, you feel all of that up in here. Woo! Yes, indeed. Ah. Oh, that was my phone I knocked over. She said, hey, back. Yes, indeed. This is a fan. Somebody talking about they come out with a little rinky dink fan. Now, see, I have another little small fan. Yes, ma'am, love it. She said, hey, back. Okay. You mean business with that fan. That's right. I mean, this is even good to crack somebody with. Pay out. I keep hearing my name in the distance. I had to pop in and say hi myself. Pop it like it's hot. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, hello. I got one more thing to show y'all. See, I used to go to New York every other year and go up in Chinatown, and I would always get these little cutesy little fans like this, and I would give them away as souvenirs. And I had these, and one of the sisters at my Bible meeting, I had given her one, and she was having a real rough day, and she was doing with this, and she just couldn't seem to get cool enough. I was like, sweetie, this is cute, but this is not a fan. She looked at me like, what you talking about? I went in there and I pulled my case out and I got this and pulled this out. And she's like, oh, snap. I was like, this a fan. So thank you, Mrs. Indiana Jackson, in more ways than you could ever know. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. I'm still waiting on that video. I'm still waiting on that, was it choreography of the fans. I'm still waiting on that video. Girlfriend, you got to come on out with it. My arm's still working. Annie's mama is showing off with oh, thanks a lot, Nikki. Just had to throw my fur baby off in there. She a little salty with me right now, so I don't care. She'll get over it. She'll be over. She's been hiding lately. Once, like last week, I don't know what it was by last week. She knew I wasn't feeling well last week, and she stayed close by. Today she's a little salty, so I don't know where she at right now. Yeah, so let her stay where she at, cause soon as this is over with, this live is over with, she gonna show up talking, fussing. Guava. All day long, Miss Indiana Jackson. I will give you props from day one, girlfriend. You in my heart. You in my heart. You done started, you done created a monster. Oh, but you say I ain't forgot you had to figure out StreamYard so I can go live. Well, hey, you got plenty of people here in this live right now that can help you set up your StreamYard. Lydia, help me get it started. And Gina versus Gina, help finish up the little edges. So we got plenty of people in here who know about IT and how to set you up. Believe me, all you got to do, folks in here who know a little bit of something, drop your channel, Miss MSOG, and let Miss Jackson know where she can reach you and get some advice. Let me tell you, I got a long list. I got TLC in the garden help me make my first official. Then and Dale, I'm sorry, I forgot about her. And Dale was working, helping me out. And then just Dorsha made my official online show. And Lydia called me on my cell phone and walked me step by step. And then when Lydia was at work and Gina was available, Gina picked up the ball and she ran from there. So I have more than enough people that's in our garden community who reached out to help me to get this far. Because without them, I wouldn't be doing this. I still would be screwing up trying to go through YouTube and missing chats and hitting wrong buttons and putting in wrong dates and times. So, hey. Yeah, we got a lot of good people in here. Annie doesn't want to get hit with that big one. Nah, she don't like the squirt bottle I got sitting down here. I got a squirt bottle with her name. And the killing part about it, I don't even have to squirt it. All she got to do is see me reaching for it. She do like that. I was like, yeah, you know exactly what you're doing wrong. No, no, no. She ain't scared of this fan, but she's scared of that squirt bottle. That's right, Analytic Gardner. Yeah, for the village. Yeah, we got it. Hey, see, listen to it. Hey, yep. Gina, was your ears burning, sweetheart? Because I was sure talking about you. All good though. Was in the garden, so I was like, yeah, yep. I've been in it, in and out. Um, yeah, that's right. Presbyterian, you gotta love us. You gotta love us. There's somebody in here for anything that you could possibly think of. We have somebody that can fill your need. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's mental health, finances, crafting, traveling, gardening, whatever. We have someone in here buying land, which is a big issue now. Um, Changing your diets. We got people in here that's willing to set up some kind of form to help you to lose weight. We had someone in the chat the other day. I think mm, I can't think of whose chat it was in, but it was somebody. It might have been T Knox Tuesday night where they were overweight. They had a smoking issue, and they started gardening for the first time this year. They were a new gardener, and they wanted to get their life together. And I'm like, well, you in the right community, but it's up to you on just how dedicated that you want to be about changing your life in the way that you are. Hey, Miss T with the T. Good evening, sweetheart. I was talking about you in regards to your 7 day journey with no meat, with what's that? The experience with Sassy. Oh, I hope you can make it. I'm rooting for you because I ain't doing it. Oh, yeah. I don't think so. I ain't gonna lie. I don't eat meat every single day. Not during the summer months. I eat more salads and vegetables and fruits during the summer months because they're more readily available. If I don't get them at the store, I get them out of my own yard. But I still gotta have a pork chop every now and then, and a good T-bone steak or something like that. I don't eat meat every single day, but I will have at least 2 or 3 days out of the 7 days of a week. So everybody's saying hi to Gina and Miss T. Sassy, just kidding. You got this, twin. Nikki, you teasing folks. Behave. Oh, so you got to laugh at it yourself. Oh, yeah. Party right here. Yeah. We got enough people up in here to do it all. I mean, just like Lady Led. If you need some advice in regards to weight loss or maintaining your weight, go check Lady Led out. She got some excellent advice on how to take care of you. I lost 50 pounds and I've been able to keep it off. Yeah. So, Roro, what's up? Hey. How you doing, Roro? Glad to see you made it in tonight. Duval. Hey, sweetie. You made it in here yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, Tara, would you say I harvested my first crops of kale, broccoli leaves, mustard greens, and Georgia collards? I washed, seasoned, and sauteed them well. Ooh, that sounds like fresh, girl. But see, when you said greens, first thing I thought about is cornbread. Cornbread and cut up some onions and tomatoes to go with that. Yes, indeedy. Believe me. Yeah, that sounds all good all day long. Which you said they were heavenly. Oh, I like how you guys talk to one another and how subtle you can make a comment without being offensive and enjoy the comment and can laugh at the comment and make a comment. Sometimes some people not gonna say anything because they don't know how to comment, but we can laugh and tease one another without being offensive, and that's what I like about it. And that's what happens when you have a village. Everybody needs to get along in order for anything to work, to function. If it's a lot of disorganization and animosity amongst one another, then it's not going to work. Just like we have all these friendly competitions going on. We got hashtag Watermelon Wars. It's a friendly competition, but I love the smack that everybody's been talking. It's just hilarious. Cornbread was next to them, and so was turkey sausage. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Hello. Hey, Bammy with Arthur Butler. Thank you for stopping in. Hadn't seen you for a minute. You all right, dude? You've been MIA. I hadn't seen you a lot lately. So are you all right? Yep, glad to see that you made it in this evening. Greatly appreciate that. I do, I do, I do. That's what I'm saying. We got so many people here with skills. The smack has been real. I love it. Girl, there's another guy that I saw the other day. I haven't seen him before. I don't even remember his name. Big guy. He had a. I guess he got dressed and he had a hat on, and his wife was doing the video. If anybody else has seen it, and he was showing all the different melons that he was growing in his garden, and he had a lot of land, and it was just melons growing everywhere, and he had all kinds of melons, and he was talking about jumping in on the watermelon wars. I was like, okay, he might not be new to you, some of you guys, but he was new to me. I haven't seen him before, but I like his style though. I mean, he had the melons going on, and they were all different sizes, all different varieties. I was like, check this out. Would you say, I'm glad that big garden is kicking my bags? Oh, you said, "Oh, I'm good," but that, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. It slowed me down. I saw one from Virginia. He was hilarious. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people getting into this watermelon wars, and this is what I'm talking about. It's competition, but it's friendly competition. There's no prize afterwards. Just bragging rights in regards to growing the biggest watermelon. And like they said, you can enter more than one time. If you get a watermelon this week, they only weigh 20 pounds. And then next week, you found one for 24 pounds. You can just keep re-entering until the deadline, which is the 1st of January of 2024. Okay. So that way everybody has a chance, because everybody got a different growing season. Like, it's just now warm enough here in Ohio. Would you say supreme gardening? Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Where our ground has warmed up enough, even though we can start watermelons inside, but to get them in the ground so that they can take off and really sprawl and grow, it's just not feasible up here in my zone, like where Gina and G Mama grows and a few others like you grow row. They're further south, so their temperature has warmed up even more so before me up here with me and TLC in Cleveland. So I'm glad they're giving us a long garden season so that everybody can have a chance to jump in here. And now, what was I listening to the other day? It was Stacy, Hands in the Dirt. He grows all kinds of melons. So now he talking about he was going to jump in there. I was like, oh, Lord. Andale, is she in here? Is she jumping in it too? I don't care who wins, just as long as it's not broke. I hear you, CC, because oh my God, we will never get him to shut up. Oh my goodness. And Dale, what's up, sweetie? I hope you're feeling better. Glad to see you in here. Yes, indeedy. I like when I was watching you on Tuesday, the chickens. Did you paint that yourself, Ann? Those chickens on that board? It was, I mean, those look, that was really nice drawing there. I appreciate that. I was like, oh, she got some skills she ain't told us nothing about. Guava, y'all. Good times homestead with Jen and Steve. I don't think I ever seen you in here before, but welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure you hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Please, if you're new into my chat tonight, drop MSOG so that you can share your channel with other people. Also, your grow zone, if you know it, and the state that you're in, so we can see where you're at. You said you did paint that. Very nice, and very nice. Oh, very artistic. I like that. You go, girl. Yeah, that was nice. I really like that when she showed them chickens. I was like, look at them. They looking real realistic. I was like, ooh. All righty. Yeah, drop your channels and stuff so that we can come and check you out if you got any videos. Yeah. Let other folks know where you're located at. And like Beauty in the Garden says doesn't necessarily mean that we're all in the same grow zone, but check out your growing area. What's being sown in your growing area. So if you have those seeds, or if you have Um, the starch, you can get them in the ground and get it started. Yes, indeedy. All right. I'm seeing folks dropping it. I greatly appreciate that and everybody talking to one another. Does anybody have any questions or do they want to ask any questions? Because I know we got so many was it hashtags? Uh where's I heard another one, I think was it Crystal hashtag herbs, and there's another one hashtag jams. There's so many hashtags of stuff out here now. I can't keep up with all of them. I should write them down so I know what's happening. Yeah, Mike, CC, Zone 9A, Texas. Now, I in Texas, CC, I have uh, my son stayed in Dallas for 19 years before he came back here. And then we have my cousins who are in Austin. I got cousins in Houston, and I got cousins in San Antonio. So I got people all over Texas. I don't like Texas. It's too daggone hot. Yeah, Texas is hot. Y'all can have that Texas heat. And it wasn't the heat so much, it was the humidity. The humidity was so thick and you can cut it with a knife. I couldn't breathe. I've had 90-degree temperatures up to 100 degrees here in Cleveland. But that humidity, That's why I don't like Florida either. I can't breathe. That the air is so heavy. It's just like, whoo. It's like going up in Colorado mountains where the air is so thin you can hardly breathe. Please. Y'all keep Texas. Y'all keep all that heat. Walk around there. Y'all think it's hot now. Wait till y'all start having hot flashes living in Texas. You're gonna be passing out every time you get a hot flash. You don't know which one took you out. The hot flash or the Texas heat. I would want to be in Texas going through menopause. I'm sorry. That's one state I would have to move out of if I ever went through menopause. Yes, I wouldn't want to be in Texas. Hey, grow what I eat. Hello, sweetheart. How are you this evening? Would you say you in the bushes listening? I ain't mad at you. As long as you listening, I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the chat this evening. Humidity will punch in the face. I know it will. Cece, let me tell you. First time I went to Texas, my grandson was born. So I flew to Texas, surprised my son, come see my grandson. I walked out that airport. When them doors opened up, I thought I had walked into a brick wall. That heat, it didn't slap me. It knocked me out. I literally stumbled back inside the door. I wasn't used to Texas heat. Nobody told me about Texas heat. I knew it was hot in Texas, but that was something I had never experienced. And I've been to hot places. But Texas, it's got its own heat register of its own. When they got me to the house, I slept for about 4 hours because I wasn't used to the heat. It was like a sponge. It just sucked all the energy and juice out of me because I just wasn't used to that heat. And by the time I came back home, yeah, I it was funny because it was 90 degrees here and people was looking at me like, you're not sweating, you're not hot. I was like, this ain't hot. I just came from Texas. This is a cool summer breeze compared to Texas. It was like 90 degrees at 6 in the morning. I was like, how do people live here? I was like, y'all can have Texas. I can see where you could lose weight every year in Texas because you would become dehydrated. You will almost become like a prune if you ain't used to it. But you say, oh man, these bushes have thorns. Ouch. Y'all silly tonight. I ain't mad at you. Indiana 5B. Really? Indiana's 5B? I thought you was 6. I hit that. Oh, wait a minute. I hit that like button as well. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. North Carolina is humid too. Is it? Okay. I haven't been to North Carolina. I've been to South Carolina, but not North Carolina. A hot flash in Texas. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't know which one you falling out from. The hot flash or the heat? Hot flashes ain't no joke. Humidity in the south is real. Oh yeah, it is real, real. That's why I don't like Florida either. Y'all can have Florida too. What you said? This ain't hot. No, it wasn't. I was like, it's not hot here. Erica, my fly family. Hey, sweetie, how are you? I was watching your video today too. Yeah, everybody was throwing out videos left and right. Since everybody's gardens have started to produce, videos are more than just in abundance. Oh, you say Indiana has 4 zones? Ooh, wow. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with everybody's videos because folks is doing pop-ups, videos every 10 or 15 minutes. I had to turn off the sound on my phone so y'all didn't have to listen to it because I mean y'all been dropping videos like it ain't nobody's business. Because everybody in some kind of way is either dropping seeds or harvesting. So it's a whole lot of videos going out right now. Sisters in Texas, I need to check on her. Oh yeah, heat ain't no joke, and you got to be careful of heat stroke. Yeah, it's really a hot mess when you in them southern states where the temperature is going up. First thing you need to do is stay hydrated. Second thing you need sunscreen. Third thing you need is a hat on your head or covering on your arms if you plan on being out there for an extended periods of time. There are some precautions you need to take while working in your gardens in these hot states. Hey, Odom. Thank you, sweetie. How are you? Yep, I can tell you, Odom, when I'm busy in the house, I can tell when your video then kicked in on the TV, I hear somebody singing. That's my cue. I said, that's Odom. Yep, Minnesota is humid because it's all lakes and ponds and rivers. Really, Mike? Never thought about that. Yep, and you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. I've been watching video. I'm up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning watching videos. Yep, because everybody's making videos now. Because like I said, if they haven't already pulled up their spring brassicas and stuff and peas and stuff, they're putting in the hot weather stuff like okra, melons, cucumbers, tomatoes, all that stuff right now. I grabbed 2 seeds from the melons the was the cantaloupes I grew last year. I want to grow them again this year, but this year I'm growing 2 vines to see if I can get more than just one. Because I had the raccoons knocking them off the vine, rolling them around the garden like they were bowling balls. I only got one, but that one was the bomb. And I was glad it went to flourishing and I got the seeds and I want to plant some more. Guava, y'all. Order, I'm taking one day at a time. I got a few issues of my own, but I think I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna pray on them, and we're gonna take it from there. Yes, indeed. And are you growing as many tomatoes this year as you did last year? Because that was funny, boy. I mean, you had tomatoes up to yin yang, and you tickled me out there with your black light looking for them hornworms. That was hilarious. Ooh, my feet. Oh my God. Ah, my feet don't really swell up. Yeah, I'm still having issues with swollen feet and ankles. They found out what my problem is. I might have to have surgery on my legs, and if I do, I want it done this year so that I can make the Soil Family Expo for next year. I just came in from watering the garden. I got to get that timer and sprinkler set back up. Too hot to be out there. Yeah, yeah. I go in my garden like between 6:30 in the morning. I try to water my garden real good in the morning. Um, I don't try to do it so much in the evening because we've got people here at the house. If I have to use my hose to supplement, they're home from work with the kids and what have you. So water pressure is low. It's just easier doing it early in the morning when everybody's up and just about gone. Sending prayers of strength, Miss Shirley. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. Was your ears burning, Stacy? We was talking about you. Well, they weren't. I was. In regards, she joining the watermelon wars along with all the other melons that you filed. I dropped a few of the Tigger melons that T Nog sent me. They came up. I'm waiting on butterfly blue pea to germinate now. And who's that? Growing Hudson. She sent me some moringa. I'm hoping that they uh, generate, germinate. Hey, Maria Graham. You slid on in here. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. Hope everybody's having a good evening. And for the ones who are just coming in, make sure you hit that like button so you show me that you like me just a little bit. Will be greatly appreciated. Yes, indeed. Everybody saying hello to one another. Um, Another thing that I thought was interesting that I heard with Beauty in the Garden was she said, and I didn't feel an urge to do this or a rush, but if you're starting a fall garden, for you to order your seeds now, which I understand because last year I went to get some collard seeds and they were all sold out everywhere I went. Even in some of the books, they were even sold out. So I was fortunate that I found my library was giving away free seeds and they had what they call it champion collards. Gina sent me some seeds for some Georgia collards. And then at Marks, I just happened to find that they were selling seeds of Georgia collards, and I got quite a few Georgia collards. So I got quite a few seeds. So not only collards, I got kale, I got turnips. So I got quite a few of those seeds already in stock. So thank you, Maria. Uh, that for the ones who are a little lacking in the brassicas, because I know a lot of you guys had already grown your brassicas in the spring part. I don't know how many of you guys left any of your brassicas to go to seed so that you can continue getting your seeds. I'm quite sure quite a few you have, but I also listen to how a lot of you have taken your brassicas, bagged them up for in your freezer so you can eat on those. Normally, I wouldn't start my brassicas again in Ohio till like end of July when the weather started cooling down enough that we can pull them out and don't have to worry about covering them. Would you say, Presbyterian, you ordered seeds yesterday at a lot were sold up? Yep, see, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, there's people already trying to get a jump start on seeds for the fall. So, yeah, yep, you got to be careful with that. You said them turnip greens, yes, indeed. Yeah, and they sweeter to me in the fall than they are in the spring for some reason. It seems like when that my mom never would cut her greens until that frost kind of how they say kiss them, and that seems to make them sweeter. And then she would go out there and crop them. You know, other folks say pick, but us Southerners we say crop them greens, crop them outer leaves, leave them inner leaves alone so they're how they say crop and come back. Yeah. So yeah, I have red mustard greens and regular mustard greens going to seed right now. Yeah, I got those big giant red mustard green seeds. Yep, I'm always let some of my plants go to seed and keep a stash on hand. Oh yeah. And as gardeners, once we perfect collecting seeds from what we grow, we will never run out of seeds. I know you've seen videos of between Mike and myself in Indiana, backyard gardener. Man, we went through some seeds. We was catching them seed sales. Man, I got so many seeds. I got so many different kind of containers to hold my seeds. I'm running out of containers and room to put all these seeds I have, which I'm happy to have. And I've made look care packages like my chiropractor. he moved to another office, and I wasn't going to the area he was in. So on my last day seeing him, I made him a cute little packet of seeds for him. He's a gardener, and we talk about gardening when he's cracking my back. He and his secretary, the young ladies who assist, you know how they come in, ask your age and all that stuff. The young ladies who come in, I made each one of them a packet of seeds, and his masseuse, I made her a little packet of seeds. They were all gardeners, and I made them my little going away gifts for them. I said, well, even if I don't see you again, you can remember me when you see something growing in your yard. And I always say, let one plant go to seed and collect the seeds. That way you will always have that plant. If you can never find that plant in a catalog or at a nursery or garden center, you already have that particular plant at home, of the seed anyway. So just keep it growing, from one generation to Mike. I need more seeds. Mike, you need seeds like you need a hole in your head. Really? Come on. I seen you collect seeds off hydroponics. All right. I didn't think that was possible. I really had not gotten into hydroponics. I know a lot of my friends who are actual into aquaponics, and they have what do they call it? Tilapia and catfish that they have in their aquaponics. So um, when you started coming out with a hydroponics, you and GT, it sparked a lot of interest. And I was surprised that the majority of them are women that got into the hydroponics. I don't see too many of the guys in the hydroponics, but I've seen so many women who have reached out and are doing hydroponics and doing it quite well. They're really good at it. And I was watching a video the other day of Beauty in the Garden where she was showing her hydroponics and how she was having problems with what is that? The green stuff, not the moss. Is that moss? No, that's not moss. But anyway, the green stuff that was hanging around one of the tips, and I was like, "Should I watch Mike's videos?" Where he wrapped aluminum foil around there to block out algae, uh, the light from around there, so she wouldn't have problems with that. I said she need to see Mike's video. That's what I was saying when I was watching. Oh, yeah, and Lenny Garden, yes, Hot Mess trying to organize all the seats. Kim Stage, her garden and her life. Hello, sweetie. Girl, you never too late. We still got a little over half an hour left to go. So you back good. Hey, you can always watch the replay now. Yeah, you can always go back and watch the replay. Since you just coming in, drop your channel, sweetheart, at MSOG so people can see how they can find you, and also drop your growth zone and your state. So if we have anybody else in here who might be in that vicinity and might want to watch the videos and see, they can do so. Very much so. Um, Nikki, I know your dog had puppies. Did you get a chance to get rid of all your pups? Yep. Wow, it's going fast. You just started. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I couldn't believe how far we got. But see, Mike, when you're having fun, you don't watch the clock. You just enjoy the time with the people that you with. I mean, you can come up with so many different interesting subjects, and you got different people asking different questions, and it just makes it so nice that you can do that. So Gina's got to show me. Oh shoot, I don't know. G Mama Grows is in here, but I want to learn how to do StreamYard where people can come up again. I know we did it one time, and that was with Cheryl and Mona and all of them. They were the first ones to get a chance to test drive that. But I need my moderators to show me how to go in the StreamYard so that if I want somebody to come up and do a little talking, and I want to start having guests on the show. You said all dogs have homes. That's nice. That's really nice. Yeah. So would you say, Kim, you're in zone 8A? Hmm. Okay. Are you in Texas or somewhere in that line for 8A? Is it 8A or 9B? What is T-Nog? Is she in 8A or 9B or 9A? I'm just trying to remember all everybody's. Yeah, everybody. Yeah. So, any questions, anybody? What you got going? Oh, I just want to say congratulations to all the ones in the chat who has had somebody graduate, whether it's junior high, high school, college, or from a technical school or whatever. Congratulations, because I've seen a lot of them putting up videos of proms of their children graduating from different levels. So, congratulations from Grandma Shirley to all the ones who've had some child that made a grand achievement, whether it's a niece, nephew, granddaughter, grandson. I don't care if it's a neighbor or close friend. Congrats to all. Hey, Backyard Gardener Flow 2021. Yes, happy Thursday. I'm going to see how happy I can get it. Oh, T-Nog is 9. Thank you, Mike. Guava. You're in Mesquite, Texas. I never heard of that one. Okay. Jana, baby girl. I might say, hey, Flo. All right. My middle baby is graduating with her master's next Friday. Woo! All righty. Analytic gardener. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's right. Reach for the stars. Let them go head on. Get what they can, what little they can in the time we're in. Yes, indeedy. Can I use 511 every day or is that too much? Long as you dilute it, don't use that full strength. Um, I don't think it's necessary to use it every single day. 511, long as you dilute it, don't use a full strength because it can be potent. That's why it's in such a concentrated form that you need to add like a cap full in a gallon of water. If you're going to do it, try to do it in the cool of the evening so your plant can absorb it so it's not necessary needed every single day. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Too much. Okay. I use a tablespoon per gallon once a week. Okay, Mike? Yeah, it's pretty strong. Well, but see, I use the super juice more so than I use the 511. It's easy for me to, I have the 511, but my super juice, I can't add it every day because it's not concentrated, so to speak, like 511. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You put a question in here, you get enough people to hear you out and give you an idea of what's happening and how to do things. And it doesn't make you any less of a gardener to take advice because we're all learning. I'm still learning. I've been gardening quite some years, and I'm still learning stuff. I mean, gardening has changed over the years. Like I said, when I was gardening growing up, I only thought about the seeds in the United States. I never thought about the seeds from other countries. At one point, I didn't think you could grow seeds from other countries in the United States. I thought you always had to grow it in the state or country that it was in, because if you wanted any particular veggie, you could go to like the farmers market or the east side market or west side market and buy that particular vegetable and bring it home. I didn't know that you could actually grow it yourself in your own yard because I had never ventured out that far, and I really didn't have an a mentor to show me that I could grow outside the box until I actually went to a friend's house who said, "Yeah, I like to garden like you." And they took me behind the garage. And I didn't know they had like almost a half an acre behind the garage. And I'm saying, why is the garage built so close to the house when you got all of this back here? But it was absolutely fabulous. And I saw stuff that they were growing in their garden that I thought you could only buy at the supermarket. And that kind of opened up my eyes that I'm only limited by my imagination. That blew my mind. I was like, wow. Just like a lot of people say, I have a Miwok kumquat. I have fig trees. I have a banana plant. I got Meyer lemons. These things you would only hear in tropical places. I can bring them in my basement in winter and overwinter them and grow my own fruit here in Ohio. Whereas I never thought I could do that before. So I'm like, what? Really? It's so much more out here. I'm still learning. Yep. And so it's just amazing. All right. Wow. I wish I had that land. Yeah. And I was like, I'm growing up. And they was like, you grow so much in such a little compact area. And I'm like, yeah. And this is, I was growing in buckets and trash cans before they came out with grow bags and raised beds, metal raised beds and stuff. I was growing in anything that could hold dirt. As long as it had drainage holes in the bottom and it can hold more than, a couple of cubic feet of soil, I was growing it. I was growing stuff hanging in hanging baskets, hanging down. I was growing food. But after, you're not the first garden community I have associated myself with. My neighborhood actually has a garden club, and most of us that's there are seniors, older people who have been gardening a long time and retired, like school teachers and doctors and what have you, who do have the land to grow stuff in, and they wanted to just meet, like they said, like-minded people who love gardening. And a lot of them grow just flowers, because they love flowers. And but I grow flowers too. I actually grow flowers in between my veggies. I had a cucumber one year vine over in the corner by the front steps that was growing over the top of my rhododendron. That's before the lot became available, because where the lot's at now, it used to be a house there. They tore the house down, and that's when I commandeered the lot. So yeah. So Mike, I actually put my grow bags inside kiddie pools because I was told how fast they can dry out. So this is my first year. I got two 50-gallon grow bags, and I got those two metal grow raised beds. Um, I have not put either one of those into use as of yet. So I need to get some more soil. I do have leaves that I had overwintered that I could put in the bottom, twigs from a tree that fell that was dead. I collected all the twigs. So I have enough filler to put in the bottom of it. I just need to be able to get some more broken bags of soil to fill them up, because it's going to, even with all the stuff I have in the bottom, it's still going to take some soil to fill those up to the top, because as the twigs and leaves and stuff starts breaking down, the lower the soil level will lower each year. So one thing at a time. I'm just trying to get everything leveled out so I can put everything out there. Oh yeah, I commandeered every time I saw somebody throw out a kiddie pool in the fall, I commandeered it. So I'm up to about maybe 4 or 5 kiddie pools. Two of them, I'm actually letting fill up full of water. I use them as a reservoir so that I can take a little, uh, one of those empty coffee containers and fill it up and water around certain plants. Yeah. Um, like I said, I got a couple of kiddie pools for the raised beds. Grow bags. Yes, I got 2 old-fashioned metal clotheslines in my yard. I'm going to use them to grow up and across. Hmm, that's a good thing, Mike. Yeah, for something to climb on, like was it cucumbers or squash or anything that might in a vine. Yeah. See, Mike, you very intelligent. Ingenuity. That's the word I was trying to think of. Our grow and grow bags do not have to water them 2, 3 times a week. You do. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Annie. Your buddy just walked in. She was outside on what? What? What do you want? She was outside. Yes, same. I use all my filler and soil. I still got 2 raised beds and 15, 25 grow. Ooh, oh, that's a lot of grow bags, Mike. 15, 25 gallon grow bags. Okay, now, Duval, we said, I'm in Florida. I grow in grow bags and containers. Well, I have to water at least every other day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By being material and lightweight, the airflow is good for the roots as far as not having to prune them, but the material dries out, and when the material dries out, it wicks the water away from the roots of the plant. So I understand the whole dynamics of it, but it just sucks that you have to be that vigilant in keeping them watered, keeping them drying out. Hey, Tia. Drum Gold, good evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening, and make sure you hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Will be greatly appreciated. Ooh, Felicia, would you say you had to water them daily, sometimes twice? Wow. They dry out that fast, that quick? Oh, that's, ew. Y'all quit saying hi to her. That spoiled child. Let her be. Leave her alone. What you say, Mike? I want food this year. Preserve enough for winter. I understand, because you definitely in a territory that once some snows hit, it's not like you can jump out and get in your car and run to the store right quick. Not unless you dig out, yourself for 2, 3 hours just to find out the plow come down the street and block it all over again. Yeah, that happened over here. Man, one year, but that was years back when I was younger. Me and my neighbor upstairs, we dug out the driveway. We walked to the side door to put the shovels up, and the truck came down the street and piled it right back up. He couldn't get out, and I couldn't get out. We had to go back down there and shovel out the end of the driveway. Yeah. So, Mike, you get 4 times as much snow as we get here. So, and our snow was light this year. We had a very light winter. We hadn't had a light winter like this in a long time. We had more extreme cold days and frost than we did snow. Because last year I made a video where I walked out, I opened up my side door and I had short boots on. And when I opened up the side door, it was like this much snow that had pressed up against the door and it had the shape of the door. And I shut the door back. I was like, oh no, these short boots ain't gonna get it. I had to go back upstairs and put the tall boots on. I come up to my knee, and I still had snow coming down in my boots. And my granddaughter literally had to pull a car on the street because she couldn't pull in the driveway. She had to literally come and grab my hand and help me walk down the driveway to the car because I couldn't. It was just that deep. And this year we had nowhere near that. So I put water catchers under my grow bags, help with less water. Yeah, everybody had gotten what they call found a way to catch the water so it didn't just run off, to give your material a chance to absorb it and hold on to it so they wouldn't dry out too fast. That's the only drawback about grow bags, is how fast they dry out. That helps a lot. Yeah. Plow. Well, you say you had a plow beard. Yeah. You say hello. Oh, Crafty Mom Creations. Where have you been? I've missed you. How are you? You okay? Yeah, hadn't seen you for a minute. Glad to see you made it out. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to stop in here and say hello to me. I really do. Anytime anybody take their time to stop and say hi, whether you stay or whether you hide in the bushes, I know, like Led said, I'll be listening to you. He said, I'll be in the bushes. Now, I understand, Led. I do. Because I've done the same thing. I've been in a lot of lives today. I didn't always say anything. I'll go in and I hit that like button and I'll kind of sit and listen. If it's getting towards the end of the live, I might jump in at the last minute and say hello to everybody. But sometimes I'm in the middle of doing something and I just don't have time to sit there and type everybody's name in them lives. Because it seems like you know just about everybody in them lives. I might be in the middle of watering and I can listen to you. I can stick the phone in my back pocket or in my front pocket while I'm carrying a bucket of water to water something. I don't always have time to type everybody's name in. Just like you got a lot of people who be at work listening to the lives. They don't necessarily have time to type everybody's names in because they're not trying to be obvious that they're doing something other than their job or on their computers. So they be in the bushes listening, and they might pop in and say hello. I'm at work or I'm listening or in the bushes. So I do. I do. I I, I understand completely. Um Taking you in the garden to water some transplants. Appreciate the help. Uh-huh. Just like Led came in one day and he said I had my earplugs in and he was on his tractor uh cutting, 2 acres of land. So I understand. Sometimes this helps you get through it. Sometimes I have somebody on my phone and I take my phone in the kitchen. I have a little stand. I have stands in every little room. And I have a little stand like this and I have it sitting over the sink and I'll be sitting and listening. I can't talk to you. I can't punch in everybody's name and stuff, but I'm listening. You might help me wash dishes or I throw you in my pocket. You might help me wash a load of clothes or I'm outside watering something. I can't always, type everybody's name in. So I do appreciate, like I said, right now is so many lives and pop ups happening because everybody's got their gardens is coming to life. Like right now, my strawberry patch is getting ready to come to life. I've been out there going through it trying to eat strawberries today. And TLC, I'm sorry, sweetie, but your strawberries in your pot started ripening, and I didn't want the slugs or the birds get to them, so I ate them, and they was good. They was sweet. They was good. Oh, I'm in Florida. I have 18 grow bags and about 80 other containers and 6 raised beds. I water every other day. I put foil baking pans in the bottom of my grow bags. All righty. Y'all hear that? What did I put? Oh, I have hanging baskets and they have the, what they call it, cocoa core like lining. I put a plastic saucer, plant saucer in the bottom of those and put the dirt on top of that and put the plant in so that the water just run right through, that some of it will sit inside the saucer and give the roots a chance to absorb. So the same concept, and I understand. You get, innovative when you're trying to cut down on watering, on doing things. Yeah, And I'm thank you for sharing that with us as well. I saw your strawberries today. Yeah, Maria. You see, my whole backyard turned into one strawberry patch. And let me tell y'all how that happened. I bought a hanging basket that had strawberries in it. And I had in the middle of the yard, I had been dropping broken bags of mushroom compost, cow manure, and topsoil. I just kept piling it up, piling it up. Didn't spread it out. So when I got the hanging basket of strawberries, I literally set the pot on top of the soil in the back because it got full sun. So I wanted the strawberries to get full sun. And so it looked like my strawberry plant had died because I didn't know if I wasn't that I didn't keep up with watering it or what. What I didn't know was that behind the pot, a runner had gone down and attached itself into the soil, took root. The next spring, I'm seeing strawberries popping up. And I'm like, well, where did that happen? And I'm like, where did this come from? The pot's still sitting there. And I'm not thinking about it. And then I happened to walk behind the pot and saw this one little strand going down like this into the soil. I said, it took root. And the next thing I know, I didn't touch it. I didn't move it. I didn't even cut it loose from the pot. It just took off and just took over. And you see the results of all these years of the strawberries being in that yard. And I share them with the birds. I share them with slugs. I share them with my neighbors. I share them with my grandkids. That's how many strawberries that backyard give me. So this year, I'm going to try one of whose recipes I want to try. Crystal, whole new perspective, or either Gina, or TT on making some fresh homemade strawberry jam. I really want to try that. What you telling TLC she ate the strawberries for you? What did you, the snitch, Mike? Thank you. You all have a wonderful evening. This shower is calling my name. Hey, what you saying? Did you say, Stacy, make my funk my P funk? You want to get that funk off? Go ahead. Feel better, Stacy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Everybody talking to one another. Let's see. Now you tell me. I just hung 5 baskets today. Wish you knew the saucer tip. Well, hey, you could take it out. If you just hung them today, they haven't rooted yet. You still got time to take them out. Throw that saucer underneath there. It's going to save you a lot of issues in the long run when it comes to watering. I'm going to tell you, I bought 10 strawberry roots, only 2 alive outside. One is happy inside. Well, hey, once they become established, it's hard to kill strawberries. Once they get established, you really got to really screw up. Veggie Farm, girl, I need a prescription filled. I need something for pain. Just Tylenol and this Aleve ain't getting it. They actually set up an appointment for me for pain management. Yeah, it's been rough. This pain ain't no joke. Um, yeah, I've been hurting a lot. And I told him when I get these spasms, I was like, Tylenol and Aleve ain't getting it. This hurt. So I got an appointment next week for pain management. I told him, give me some good drugs, y'all. Give me some good drugs. Yeah. Because my ankles and feet right now, ah, they screaming. They so swole right now. Yeah. So yeah. When they tell you to keep your feet propped all the time, man, that's easier said than done. I'll be all right for maybe about an hour or two. Then I want to turn on my side or I don't want to sit up with my feet propped. It's hard keeping your feet propped up. I have to do it, but it's it's a struggle. Miss D's Hollywood Garden, thank you for stopping in this evening. I see you in other people's chats and you slid on over this way. Veggie and Miss D, drop your channel. MSOG. Felicia, you too. Drop your channels, ladies. Let folks know where they can find you. And if you don't mind, your growth zone and your state. Because everybody that's in here is not all from the same state. Now, wouldn't that be something if we was all in the same state? I know a handful of us are in the same state here and there. You know, you got a handful of folks in Texas. You got a handful from Georgia. You got a handful from Ohio. You got a handful from Indiana. You know, so if we were all in the same state, just in different cities like some of us are now, you know, like was it Vision Preparedness? He's down in Dayton, I think. Gina's not too far from him. You Grow Row, I forgot where she's at. I'm in Ohio. TLC in Ohio. Uh, it's G Mama Grows. Are you in Cleveland anymore? Or are you? I mean, in Ohio, or are you in another state? I can't remember. I thought you were here, but you know, we got a handful of folks that's here. So eventually, if we want to get to see one another, I really would like to have a meetup with everybody. I think that would be nice. I brought Annie to catch tree rats if I live by you. Oh, I got feral cats over here. I got about 3 or 4 of them. My neighbor was like, "Do you know whose cat that black and white is?" I was like, "No, I don't know who none of these cats belong to." I was like, "When you walk out the door and see the cats, I see them the same way. I walk out the door and I see them in the yard. They might be sitting up under one of the trees in the backyard, but I don't see the squirrels." So I'm good with that. I don't have any problems with rats outside. I don't have problems with chipmunks. I don't have problems with rabbits. I don't have any problems with squirrels. But I got problems with everything else. The bigger ones, the groundhogs, the raccoon, the deer, the possums, everything else. Yeah. Yeah. I borrowed. Oh, no. No, you're not going to borrow my cat. You might be sitting there listening. Make my Annie so spoiled that when she come back, I can't do nothing with her. It's just like when you send the kids to grandma's house for the weekend and she send them back all hyped up and geeked up, and then it takes you the rest of the week to get them back into routine. That's how Mike would do Annie. Mm-mm. If she was like that, I'd tell you to keep her. Don't bring her back because I'll kill her. No, because she already walk around here telling me when she gets into her little habits. We was having a conversation the other day, and the lady on the phone, I was on hold. She came back, and me and the cat was having a conversation, and she could hear Annie, yeah, 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 and I could hear her snicker on the phone. I said, "Oh, you back?" She's like, "Are you talking to your cat?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's, hey, she really upset at you. Also, oh yeah, she good PO, but I don't care. You know, when she started buying her own cat food and litter, then she got something to say. But as long as I'm paying for it, no, no, she. Mm-mm. Oh, Tia, you a 9B? Oh, okay. Veggie Farm. Okay. Oh, you in Texas too? Oh, Lord. So you up there with CC? Are y'all close to each other by any chance? Vision is in Columbus. Oh, he's even closer. Vision's only like less than 2 hours away from me. He closer to me than you are, Gina. Not a content creator. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't mean that you're not heading our way, though. New York City, East Coast. Okay. Well, I hope that one day you decide to make a video and drop it. We would welcome you. Well, we've already welcomed you into the garden community. I've seen you in other people's chats, so I know you're interested. So whenever you're ready, just let us know so we can come over and subscribe to your channel and watch your videos and check out what you got going. We ain't hard to get along with. We ain't hard to please. You just gotta let us know what you got going on so we can check it out. What Mike say? I got one feral cat that catches things, that chases things, but never catches. Well, sometimes chasing them out is enough. You don't have to catch everything, as long as it's not caught in your yard. Chasing it out, that's pretty good too, Mike. I've seen cats on cameras in my yard, but I'm not complaining yet. Okay. Long as they don't start using your raised beds as litter boxes, I put down some pepper flakes and some lavender. They don't like lavender drops and stuff. That keeps them from turning your raised beds into litter boxes if they're empty. Good. Because Annie was trying to use mine up here, my window boxes for my flowers. And I said, "Oh no, 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 no! We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that." Some same veggie farm. Our yard's no art. Hello, my camera sees a lot. Who else was telling me that? TLC. She was saying the same thing. She was talking to me on the phone one day. She said, "Oh," she said, "Let me call you back." And then she called me back. She said, "False alarm cat went by and triggered the camera." I said, "Oh, okay." She had me nervous there for a minute. I was like, "All right," but it was okay. Oh, Florida. Okay. I'm in North Texas. I think a distance away from CC. Okay. Okay. I think, where was it? North Texas too. Who's from North Texas? African Dreaming. I think he said he's from North Texas. I caught a two-legged critter on my camera today. Trashing. What am I? Okay. When you say two-legged, are you talking about an upright? Uh-uh. Trashing your bearded iris? Oh man, that sucks. That's just rude. Walked by it, tore it off, tossed on ground. Wow. That sucked. That's just rude. Yeah. I had some kids that was walking down the street and I came out on the porch and I stood up and I was just trying to see if they was gonna do something. And one went to grab a lily. I said, uh-uh. And they stopped and they looked up. I said, yeah. And they looked at me, rolled their eyes, they kept on walking. I was like, yeah. They was gonna pop the flowers off my lilies. I was like, no, 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 no. Wasn't even near him. He went out his way to do it. Somebody pissed him off. That's all that is. People, for most parts, surprisingly, when most people walking down the street, when they get to my house, they actually don't walk past it. They will cross the drive, walk out the driveway, and walk down the street past the garden. I don't know what it is about that, but I don't have a problem with it. Even people with dogs, a lot of times they'll cross the street so their dog don't sniff around my flowers. Because I asked them, please don't let your dog mark his territory around my flowers and stuff. So yeah, that was just rude. Oh no. All right, y'all. I got 2 minutes in here tonight. And for all the people who stay with me to the bitter end, no, it's not bitter. It was a joyful day. It was a good day. The Lord let us see another day. We woke up this morning. We're in an upright position. We're vertical and not horizontal. We're able to smile, talk, eat, and drink and fellowship with one another. That in itself is a blessing. I've had two of my dear friends this week. What's today? Thursday. Darlene lost her mom Tuesday, and Larry, a good friend of mine who lives in Chicago, he lost his mom Thursday of last week. So um, I just got the arrangements for both of them. So I'm sending out sympathy cards to both families. But it's just, people are losing loved ones still, Even though the pandemic has slowed up, they still losing loved ones left and right. So, for all the ones who have been sending me their love and and sympathy for my friends and condolences, thank you so much for that, and also for the prayers for me, because right now, I need a lot of them. Yankee sister, yes, indeedy. I'm late, but caught you for a minute. Yeah, watch the replay, sweetie. We had a lot of good stuff in here tonight. Yeah, so we're all still here. We're all still here. And I appreciate all of you ones who stopped in this evening. Atlantic Gardner, Backyard Gardener Flow 2021, Maria Graham, Cheryl Faulkner, Orca 3371, F.R. Humphrey Felicia, my Renaissance grandma, I know your deuces, Mike, that chaotic gardener. Yes, indeed. It's so many of you. Gina, Veggie Farm, all you beautiful people who stopped in here tonight. Thank you so much for coming in. Y'all have a good evening. Have a good rest of the week. I will see y'all somewhere in the YouTube streets, somebody's live. And as I always say, have a good night. Y'all come back now. You hear?